Have you ever been deep into coding, only to be interrupted by an error message that leaves you scratching your head? It can be incredibly frustrating, right? If you've encountered the warnings found during shrinking in Android Studio, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to unravel this mystery together. Totally get it. I totally get it. You add a new library, hit compile, and suddenly you're faced with an error that seems to come out of nowhere. You're not alone in this. Many developers have faced similar issues when integrating libraries like RxAndroid and Retrofit. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, "Where can I find the warnings that appeared during the shrinking process in Android Studio?" They mentioned seeing an error related to the task transform classes with new class shrinker for production debug, and wanted to know how to locate those warnings. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So, what does this warning mean? When you enable shrinking in your build process, Android Studio attempts to reduce the size of your app by removing unused code. However, sometimes it encounters warnings about potential issues. Understanding where to find these warnings is crucial for resolving them effectively. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip on how to manage these warnings effectively so you can keep your project running smoothly. To find the warnings related to the shrinking process, the user should first check the build output in Android Studio. This can be done by navigating to the Build tab at the bottom of the screen. Next, the user should look for any specific warning messages that appear during the build process. These warnings will provide insight into what might be causing the issue. If the user cannot find the warnings in the build output, they can also enable more detailed logging. This can be done by modifying the Gradle properties. After enabling detailed logging, the user should rebuild the project. This will provide more information in the build output, including any warnings that were previously hidden. Finally, if the user still cannot find the warnings, they can consider using the ProGuard configuration file to suppress specific warnings. This can help in managing the build process without ignoring important issues. Fun fact, did you know that ProGuard was originally created to help developers reduce the size of their apps? It's like a personal trainer for your code, trimming the fat while keeping the muscle. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach from another user suggests that the default shrinker has changed. They recommend enabling ProGuard by adding specific configurations to your build types. Here's that quick tip I promised. Regularly check your build output and ProGuard mapping files. This habit can save you a lot of time and headaches when troubleshooting warnings. And there you have it. You now know where to find those pesky warnings during the shrinking process in Android Studio. Remember, staying on top of these warnings is key to a smooth development experience. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.